Welcome to Project Pro Code Recipes. In this video, we are going to learn on how to create and optimize a decision tree regression model. This is my code snippet over here. I have copied this code and I have pasted that in my Jupyter notebook. I'll explain to you the code over here as well as run this for you. So first, let me clear my kernel. Okay, now let's get started. We all are familiar with decision tree. This is the simplest model in a this is the simplest model of type of bagging type. So basically this is a tree based model and it's the simplest model of a tree based model. So over here we are going to use decision tree for regression, as well as we are going to hyperparameter tune decision tree, and we will also go for pipelining of the pipelining function. We will use decompositions. We will create our own data sets. We will use standard scaling. We will use grid search CV and then cross validation score. So this was the roadmap of these code snippet. Now I'll read out to you the code. I'll explain what the code does, as well as all the itty-bitty details that I need to explain to you while going through the code. Now let's get started. So we have defined a function, and then these are two general print statements. Now import warning. So warning dot filter warning signal. Now from sklearn import decomposition comma dataset. So I'll explain you what decomposition is. First, let me explain you datasets. So sklearn comes with preloaded datasets. For example, iris dataset, digit dataset, housing data, Boston house dataset, etc. Now and sklearn also gives us the power to make our customized dataset. For example, uh, I could make a classification dataset, I could make a regression dataset, I could make a clustering dataset. So this is what datasets comes into play. There is a decomposition. So decomposition is a very essential method, is a very good method for reducing the number of features. Remember, this is not a feature selection method, but this is the method of reducing the number of features. For example, for example, if my dataset contains features, now I need to reduce the number of features as to reduce the time complexity. But remember, reducing the number of features could also lead to reducing the number of reducing your score, that is reducing the accuracy of the model. But not in all the cases. For example, if your features are repeated, or if your features are if your features are containing uh, correlated data, linearly correlated data or correlated data, in those cases it is very less likely to reduce the accuracy. So there are many decomposition methods: truncated single value decomposition, truncated svd, or over here I'm going to use PCA, principal component analysis. So what PCA does, it reduces the number of features. Now let me explain to you what this feature mean. So example, now consider if I have a 10 variables. So when my model is building a when I'm building a model, I'm basically trying to fit up I cannot say it's a plane. I'm trying to fit 8D, sorry, it's a 9D object into this 10D sphere, or into this 10 dimension sphere variables. That will give me the best result for this that will give me the best result. Now when I reduce the number of features, for example, if I reduce my number of features to 2, from 10 to 2, now it will only fit a simple line. So basically your model becomes much simpler and computation complexity reduces. So this is what decomposition does. Principal component analysis makes sure that the variance, it holds the maximum variance while reducing the number of features. Now from sklearn I'm importing my decision tree from pipeline. So pipeline is used for creating a roadmap. Basically it gives you a much cleaner code as compared to as compared to what you are going to write time and again. If I make a pipeline, I could use that pipeline again and again wherever I need that. So from model selection, grid search CV, there are three methods: Bayesian optimization, grid search CV, random search CV. The most used method are grid search CV and random search CV. Grid search CV makes a list of all the possible combinations of the parameters that you provide for hyperparameter tuning, and then builds model on each of these combinations and gives you the result. Now random search CV, what random search CV does, random search CV randomly picks up different parameters, builds up the model, and then gives you the result. So random search CV basically works on the motion of entropy. That is the maximum. The more random my selection is, it could the more better result it can give. Now from cross validation score. So I would use cross validation score to check whether my model is not getting overfitted. So basically cross validations, I'll explain to you the cross validation when I'll show you the code. That will be more useful for you. So from sklearn pre-processing, import standard scaler. Basically there are 6 to 7 variables, and all these variables are on different scales. For example, one variable is between one variable is consider one variable is measuring atmospheric pressure, so it is around 1.2, 0.7, whereas the other is measuring volume. The volume could be around 1000 liter, 2000 liter. So these all are on different scales, and but my model doesn't know that these are different scales and can get biased towards a higher number. So in order to reduce that and to make sure that the weights are getting initialized to each variables in a similar method, in a similar manner, in a similar fashion, we use standard scaler to scale it down to a single scale. For example, I could scale it down to 0 to 10. That is, all my values should be between 0 to 10. Now I'm making my data sets. So dataset dot make regression, n sample is equal to 10,000, features is equal to 8, all there should be n informative should be equal to 10. Now targets is equal to 1, random state none. Now this will give me two output. One is the feature matrix that I have saved under the name X, and one is the target column that I have saved under the name Y. I'm initializing my standard scaler. From decomposition, I'm initializing my PCA. From tree regressor, I'm initializing my DT regressor. I'm creating a pipeline. So pipeline, as I told you, it is a roadmap. So SC PCA, that first perform standard scaling, then perform PCA, then apply the decision tree regression. Now you can see I can call this pipe again and again without writing the code, without having to write the code again, and I could use that. Now this you won't realizes its importance when you are doing when I'm doing a simple codes, a single code snippet. But when you need to do time, and for example you need to perform, you need to use 20 models to select the best model. Over here, over there you can use this pipeline. That is, you don't need to write this again and again, this 3 line of code. That is, you don't need to write 60 lines of code and again, and you can just call this pipe and you can save your time. So n components, basically in PC you need to pass the number of components that you want to, in which you want to reduce. But here, since I'm using grid search CV, so I also want to get the best number of components for me. So what I'm telling it, that is, also make a, along with these criteria and maximum depth parameter, also make my n components parameter, which takes all the parameters from my x shape one, that is from my column number 1 to column number, for example I used over here, I used very n features. So till 9 I used +1, because over here you can see that is, this means start from 1, and this means x shape is would be, it will give x shape to be 7, to be 8, and then +1, because since it is when I'm using range, it doesn't picks up the last column. For example, if I pass 1 to 7, it will pick up from 1, it will pick all the numbers from 1 to 6 and exclude 7. So I need to pass till 9, then 1, that is vary by 1, 1 2 3 4, like this. So basically it will also iterate over all the n components and give me the best result. From 1 to, it should be 8. Okay, now parameters. So criteria I'm using over here, Friedman MSE mean squared error and then mean squared error. Maximum depth is 4 6 8 10. So maximum depth basically indicates the splits. So the more maximum depth, the more information your model gains. Remember, increasing too much maximum depth could also lead to overfit. Now parameter dictionary. So PCA and I need to create a dictionary before passing it into grid search CV. So I'm creating a dictionary. So PCN components, D-tree regression criterion, and D-tree max depth under the name max depth criteria and components. CLF is equal to grid search CV, and you just need to pass the pipeline and parameters. Over here I'm not using I'm only using grid search, but I'm not using cross validation in this. I will perform cross validation in the last. I will perform cross validation at the last, and I will explain to you how cross validation works too. That's why I have not used it in grid search CV. Now CLF.fit xy, This will give me the best number of components, that is the best number of n components for my PCA decomposition, and this will give me my best parameters. Now CV is equal to result cross validation score. So I am using CV equal to 3. This means split my data set into 3 smaller parts, train on 2 and test on 1, and iteratively do 3 iterations, taking 2 at a time and training on the leftover one. Now n jobs is equal to -1, that is perform the maximum number of parallel computation that you can do. Scoring is R2, so I'm using a R2 method for scoring. This basically tells you how much variance your model is capturing. So remember, variance is a very important term in our data science, as I want my model to capture the maximum variance. The variance basically suggests, if your model is capturing maximum variance, this suggests that your model is able to pick up each and every pattern that your data set shows. So I want my variance to be maximum. So the basic formulas for R2 go by 1 minus G by Y, where G suggests Y predicted minus Y true complete square divided by, whereas Y says Y predicted minus Y of minus average of Y's complete square. So you can see, as I told you, it is also R2 can also be completely said as on the numerator you can write the variance that your model picks, whereas the variance of your data set. So basically if it's 1, this means that is the best score you can get, and if it's 0, this means you are getting this means your model is not able to pick up any variance, that is your model performing very poorly. After that I'm printing my CV result, CV result dot mean, CV result dot standard deviation. So let me run. Okay, so it is going to take some time. Yeah, see. So the best out of number of components is equal to 7. That is, I'm using 8 components, 8 features, but I should reduce it to the number 8. Now decision tree. So you can see this is my decision tree. So use criteria max, MSE, that is mean squared error, and my maximum depth is equal to 10. Now this was the features, that is by default. I haven't made any changes in that. You could go for more hyperparameter tuning. You can go to the decision tree documentation, pick up the parameters, learn about them, and hyperparameter tune them. I just wanted to show how to hyperparameter tune, that's why I have used this two maximum, only these two parameters. Now these are my score for cross validation, so 0.69, 0.85, 0.76, and this is my final score, that is this is my mean and this is my standard deviation. Okay, so this was all about scores in this video. Now for more industry relevant project, you can visit our website, and for more code recipes like this, you can visit our website as well as our YouTube channel. You can also use this click here function to submit your request for customized code in case you don't find it on our website. If you like the video, please hit the like button, and you should also you could also subscribe to our channel, and give us info and give us your request in the comments so that we can make new videos for you. Thank you.